We have a Cleveland Browns news alert coming up here on the Browns Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, filling in for Matthew Peterson, who is still across the pond enjoying vacation in London. Let's start with the news of the day, and that is that John Johnson has been cut. And the Browns, they may actually have a potential replacement in mind. We'll explore who that could be here in just a few moments. But first, hit that like button. If you are fired up for the Browns offseason, if you love the dog pound, hit the like button on today's show and like this video. We're going to continue to bring you latest Browns news and rumors, and if you're fired up about this offseason, just drop a like on today's show. All right, let's get further into the news. Mary Kate Cabot says that John Johnson will be released at the start of the league year on March 15th, barring a trade. Source confirms. Mike Garafolo, first report. Cleveland.com has been reporting for months that John Johnson would either be released, traded, or restructured. Now, don't get confused with he's going to be cut at the start of the league year with pre- or post-June 1st designation, because every team can designate up to 2 players as a post-June 1 cut. They can do up to 2 players with that. That allows the player to sign elsewhere. It gives them that flexibility. Now, the Browns wouldn't necessarily get money until June 1st, but if you look at the numbers, pre- versus post-June 1st, there's no logical reason to why this would be a pre-June 1st designation, because you take on a dead cap hit of $12.6 million and save less than $1 million, just $900,000. But if he's a post-June 1 designation, the dead cap is less than $4 million at 3 3/4. The dead cap hit next year does go up a little bit, but you get almost $10 million in cap savings this year. So unless you just don't want him completely off your books 2024 and beyond, I guess. But I just don't see a scenario where this is not a post-June 1 cut, because the Browns are still over the cap by almost $4 million. So we haven't heard official word on if it's pre- or post-June 1st. I would imagine it's post-June 1 based on the numbers. But we'll just have to wait and see when that part of it actually becomes official. And look, sadly, John Johnson didn't work out to the level that the Browns had hoped. I mean, he was awesome in that 2020 season. And then last 2 years, he's been, average to above average, but not great by any means. Certainly not up to the contract they paid him. The raw numbers are decent with 101 tackles, 4 TFLs, a pick, and a couple forced fumbles. But, when they signed him, he was the clear best safety on the open market, and I don't think he's lived up to that standard. So you look at his 2 years as a whole in Cleveland, again, good-ish, just not high level, top 5, even top 10 safety in the NFL. So Browns move on. Again, the financials still in question when it comes to pre- or post-June 1st designation. Maybe a team swoops in before March 15th and throws a late draft pick at Cleveland, but I don't think that is very likely. So what is your one-word reaction to John Johnson getting cut? Let us know in the comments section down below your one-word reaction to the Browns moving on from John Johnson. Now, today's show is sponsored by Fume, and we've all had bad habits in the past, and we certainly know how hard they can be to kick those bad habits. Our sponsor, Fume, is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to help you trade out your negative habit for a positive one. I didn't expect much out of Fume when I got it, but the minty sensation is really powerful and really hits the back of the throat. Now, I do want to make this clear. Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to help transform your negative habits. The easiest way to stop a bad habit is to switch to a positive one, and Fume is designed perfectly to do just that. Head to tryfume.com/chatsports and use code chatsports to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com/chatsports and use code chatsports to save 10% off your order today. That link and promo code in the description and comments of this video. Fume has 3 really tasty flavors that you can try: maple pepper, crisp mint, and white cranberry. Producer Rolly, big fan of the maple pepper. Go check it out. Tryfume.com/chatsports. Promo code chatsports for 10% off. Here's more from Mary Kay as she had the note of getting cut, John Johnson, barring last-minute trade, of course. Jessie Bates is a potential replacement, as she reports that he is on the Browns radar. And look, when Mary Kay says something, that's something of note because she's well tied into the organization, and that would certainly be fascinating to poach a stud safety from within the division over from Cincinnati. He's an absolute stud, and the Bengals don't have the money to pay him because they have to pay Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. They're trying to keep T. Higgins. So Jessie Bates, I think, pretty safely is going to be playing with a different team this offseason. I know the Falcons have been linked to him as well, but he's rock solid, man. I mean, he's certainly an upgrade from John Johnson. He could come in here and really shore up the back end of this secondary for Cleveland. Now, it kind of does bring into question, okay, where does Grant Delpit fit into the mix? If you go get a Jessie Bates, does he kind of slide into a third safety role? Does he play some nickel, something like that? I think you'd have to wait and see how that plays out. But I am fascinated by the idea of Jessie Bates coming over from Cincinnati to Cleveland. We'll keep our ears to the ground and kind of monitor this situation over the next couple of weeks. So what do you guys think? Should the Browns sign Jessie Bates? Type S for sign or P for pass. Get your thoughts down in the comments below when it comes to Jessie Bates and Cleveland. Now, Dog Pound, subscribe to the Browns Report. Matthew Peterson, the host of this channel, has had some videos out for you guys while he's been gone. He still has a couple more that are going to go out before he returns later this week. But whether he's bringing you guys the latest Browns news and rumors or if someone else at Chat Sports it has to step in, when news drops, we hit you with a video. When big rumors are out there, we're covering it all. So hit that sub button, turn on your notifications here on the Browns Report. All right, Daron Payne is off the market officially as the Commanders have franchise tagged the defensive tackle. And while we kind of saw this coming over the last week or two, it was reported that that was the expectation. It is now official, as Adam Schefter had the note at 3 a.m. this morning. It's like, geez, Shefty, take a nap for once. Tag is going to be just under $19 million, so that is official. And look, it's a bummer, right? Because Cleveland was a team I think that would have been interested in Daron Payne, and I could speak for everyone here at Chat Sports for all the different teams we cover. This is devastating that we don't at least get to see him hit the open market. This obviously would have been an excellent addition for Cleveland. I mean, the thought of pairing him with Myles Garrett on this defensive line was salivating to think about. And as producer Rolly says, goodbye, sweet prince. So maybe the focus shifts now to a guy like a Javon Hargrave. Dre'Mont Jones is on the open market. We'll see if the Browns prioritize defensive tackle. I think it'll be tough to try and get a high price DT and a Jessie Bates, so maybe you have to pick and choose there, but we'll certainly monitor how Cleveland approaches just that. So how sad are you that Daron Payne got franchise tag? Scale it from 1 to 10 down below, 1 being, you don't really care, 10 being you're devastated. That's a 7 or 8. I mean, it's a bummer for sure, but we did see it coming, so you've got to move on and reassess if you are Andrew Berry. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's Cleveland Browns Report. If you enjoy today's show, well, I'm not the normal host, but if you love the latest, want to keep up with the latest Browns news and rumors, hit that sub button. Matthew Peterson, PD as we call him, does a great job. He'll be back very soon, so show him some love by subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time here on the Browns Report.